Hello, Overemployed Army. Let me share with you a personal story. I grew up in a poor town. My parents were hardworking, doing any job they could find as long as they could support their kids. Hard, taxing labor? No problem. They woke up sick? No problem. The kids needed to be fed, so they had to go to work. I remember my mom was so sick to the point she couldn't stop coughing for a single second. I told her to call in sick, which she finally ended up doing. Her manager approved it, but I remember feeling awful that they had to live this life day in and day out while I get to complain about going to high school in the morning. I vividly remember coming home the next day after work and seeing my mom distressed, dejected, and on the verge of tears. Every possible worst-case scenario popped up in my head. She looks at me and she says she was fired. Fired? Why? I stuttered, confused as fuck. Shit made me fucking cry, man. And she smiled at me to hide her pain away, and she said that she received an email notification that she was released from a few shifts. No phone call, no text, an automated fucking email notification. The company didn't even bother to tell her in person after she served 10 years for the company. Let go in a blink of an eye. I told her to call them, and maybe it was a mistake. But after calling them and finally getting connected to HR, they told her she was let go. She asked the reason, and they said she didn't come into work yesterday. In a panic, she got a hold of the manager, who said she doesn't remember approving her medical absence. My dad told her to go into work and get a hold of the regional manager, which we thought would help. After finally getting in touch with him, he said she doesn't have one of her certificates completed. She worked there for 10 years, and they managed to make up an excuse that would solidify the firing. I should have just went to work. None of this would have happened, is what she said to us. Imagine living like that. In total fucking fear, where you can't afford to take a shift off a miserable factory job in case you get fired. What is company loyalty even worth, you might ask? And that's a great question, but to sum it short, absolutely fucking nothing. I made a promise to myself since that day that I would never be in this position, that I would be in control of my own fucking future. It's my life and it's my job to put myself in the right position. I didn't know how I would do it, but I knew I would. I now work multiple jobs with no fear of being fired. Put your future in your hands and get rid of that fear. Become overemployed. Be fearless. If anyone else wants to learn more about this, sign up for the Overemployed Masterclass today. I put my whole life's experiences into perfecting this course so you won't have to make the same mistakes I did. I'm taking all of you under my wing, and it will help you double, triple, or even quadruple your income. I changed my life. Let me help you change your life today.